Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my August favorites and fails. Let me just tell you guys that when I say that I really had to condense everything down so that this video would not be 2 hours long, I am not kidding. August was my birthday month, so I was buying a lot of clothing. I was buying a lot of just like random things to try out. We had the Sephora sale, so I was like, oh, I want to try this. I want to try this. So there were so many things that I had on my list to talk about, but I was like, this is an entire year-long video. So I condensed this down as much as I possibly could, but there's still a lot of things in here. But it'll be worth a watch for a lot of you because I do have a giveaway for you guys. And I'm going to start off with that product. And it is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the one that I'm going to be giving away, so I'm not going to swatch it. But it is the Noir collection palette. Now you guys might be like, why are you even opening it? I always open everything that I'm buying for a giveaway to make sure that it's not broken. And this one's much prettier to show you guys. So let me open this up. If you don't like color, this is definitely not the palette for you, but just look at this. It is stunning, and I have yet to find a shade in here that does not work. If you saw my palette right now, you would die. It is a mess. It is an absolute mess, but this is so pretty, and this is the one that I will be giving away. So again, I'm not going to touch it, but as you can see, all the shades are intact. This palette is so inspiring to me. When I look at it, I see so many different things that I can do, and I love the neon shades in here. Those colors perform so well. I will have the giveaway rules at the end of the video, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. If you watched my review video on that Noir collection palette, you saw that it was sent to me in PR, but then I also ordered it with Bloomingdale's. That order was canceled, but I went ahead and just reordered it with Sephora, so that is why I now have it for the giveaway, because I mentioned having it, but then I wasn't sure if I was going to have it. I was like, you can't say something like that and then not have it, so I made sure to get it for you guys, and I think that you will really love it. And I'm going to stick with Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm going to move straight on to the Jackie Aina palette. Yes, like I said, I've kept my box. Oh, this is so gorgeous. And I want to say that if you have the Jackie Aina palette or you have the Noir palette and you're wondering if you should get one or the other as well, I don't think they overlap. So they just complement one another. And okay, packaging, oh my goodness. I am so here for this packaging. And then the colors inside, I love how richly pigmented they are. They blend out like a dream. All of the shades work fabulously. I'm going to say it again. I would take out Supreme and put in a green, but that's just me. But other than that, like, I love this palette. This is one of my top 3 Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes that were ever made. I think that this palette, as well as the new Noir palette, there's something about them that are just a little bit above the rest. Other than the Mario palette, that one to me is just like everything. I'm even scared to use it because I'm like, I don't want to run out of these shades. Like, that's one that I feel like should be brought back and be made permanent, but you know, probably never gonna happen. Let's talk about what I have on my eyes right now, and it is from VISEART. It's the Neutral Matte 2. I have gotten a lot of use out of this palette. You guys saw I was wearing it in one of my I was wearing it in a wear test, and I'm laughing because I'm doing a wear test again today, and I'm again wearing this palette. But this is perfection to me. I think this is so beautiful. I love the tones that are in here. If you have the other palettes, the dark mattes, the warm mattes, the neutral mattes, I do not think that you're going to have duplicate shades. These are just like slightly tweaked. I don't know what it is about them. They're like just like upgraded. This palette, along with the Neutral Mattes 1, they are the perfect matte duo palettes. They work together so well. You can get neutral looks, warm looks, you got your little splashes of color, and this palette performs very well. Very blendable. I love the colors in here. Like this one shade right here, this peach, is like one of my favorite peaches. I have that literally blown out all over my eye, and then I just start deepening up the outer corner to create this type of look. It's the same thing I did in my last wear test. I don't remember, I think it was the Anastasia wear test. I think, but I'm not sure. I do the same thing. I just take a color and then I start smoking out the outer edges. I didn't use the same colors, but it's the same kind of technique. And I think it works so well with this. Moving on to something that was sent to me from a subscriber. I don't know if you want me to mention your name, so I'm not going to, but the Queen of Hearts palette. My very first palette from Colored Rain was the Safari Rain palette. I fell in love, and I knew that I wanted to pick this up, but I hadn't done it yet. Next thing I know, this is in my mailbox, and I love this. I don't know why I was never like, I just wasn't drawn to it. Like when it came out, I could see everyone was loving it and everyone was getting these beautiful looks out of it, but I just wasn't drawn to it. I think that I was thinking of like the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, which I don't use a lot. So I think that kind of made me not want to grab this, but I use this a lot. I really like the tones in here. I love these two and this one, all of those combined for just a simple, smoked out, but really light smoky eye. It is stunning. I have used every shade in here and I love this palette. I have to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to the person who sent this to me. I am forever grateful. I'm very happy to have this in my collection. And I know this is like old news to a lot of people, but I just have to say that for this month, it was one of the palettes I was grabbing for a lot. And now the last palette. And you guys are probably like, that's a lot of palettes, Mel, that you've been loving this month. You say it's a lot of palettes. I say it's a lot of options. And it's from Juvia's Place. It's the Juvia's Place Queen palette with Fumi. I just have to tell you, Fumi has absolutely stolen my heart. I love her so much, but not only do I love her, I love this palette. And I think this is a great option if you don't want to have all of those colors that are in all these other palettes. This is basically like a condensed down version. So you have your purple, which is in pretty much every palette that I just talked about. You have your red, you have your peachy tone, you have your highlight shade. This shade right here is gorgeous. That one all over the lid. Beautiful. And then you have your pink. So I feel like this is the palette that if you're like overwhelmed with everything else, you are getting quality, you're getting quantity, and it's just amazing. And to support her, I absolutely would recommend this palette as well as all the other ones. But you know, like I said, options. Moving from palettes now into foundations. If you have not seen my ranking video, this might be a little bit of a spoiler. So forewarning, I will make sure and link the ranking video down below. I talk about all 8 of the new recent foundations that I have reviewed, and I rank them in order of personal preference. So I'm going to talk about my top 2. First off, Fenty Pro Filter Hydrating Long Wear Foundation. I wasn't expecting this. Usually hydrating foundations are not very long wearing. Wow. This one lasts. This one lasts so well. I wore this hiking, and I mean hiking. There again, I have a review video. I wore this all day long on a separate occasion where I did my wear test. This lasts so well on my combination skin. It doesn't make me feel dry. It has medium full coverage. You can definitely get full coverage out of it if you want to, and you can sheer it out. I think that this foundation is absolutely stunning on the skin. I think it smooths out the skin. It does look really good with this primer, and this is also one of my favorites. It's the Soft Silk Pro Filter Hydrating Primer. There's been a lot of primers coming out recently that I'm just like, you know what? I don't feel like it actually does a lot. This one I do like. I feel like it feels like silk on the skin. And it feels hydrating, kind of like a moisturizer, but you can still feel that primer aspect of it. So I don't feel like I'm just putting a moisturizer on my face. This is absolutely lovely, and I love it in conjunction with this. I feel like these together definitely give you more of that hydrated type of look, but this is not a dewy foundation. This isn't something that's going to make you look oily, really luminous or dewy or anything like that. It is a natural satin hydrated look. You just don't look overly matte or cakey or anything like that. I think she really, really did a great job with this one and this primer. Now for the other one, which was number 2 in my video, is the Anastasia foundation, the Luminous foundation. And again, I wouldn't say that this is truly luminous. It is before you set it, but it is a little bit more luminous than what the hydrating foundation is from Fenty. I love this one for like a daily wear. You're gonna get a nice soft medium coverage out of this. It's not heavy. It is a long wearing foundation. I do get a little bit more shine with this than I do with the Fenty one, but it's something that I can blot away. I think this is beautiful. And the shade that I wear in Fenty is number 230, and it's perfect. I love that shade. This one, I kind of go back and forth with 220N and 240N. It just depends. Sometimes I've even mixed them together. 220N is slightly lighter than what I need for the summer, but I can bronze it up. And 240, sometimes I over bronze and can make it look a little too dark. So I'm kind of in between, but 220 works out perfectly whenever I bronze it up. All right, let's move on to brushes. Now I promise to use all of these in my upcoming Get Ready With Me video, where I will also be trying out the stick foundation from Milk Makeup. You've seen some of these in action, just not all of them, but I want to make sure that you guys see all of them in action. And these are from BK Beauty. I can't tell you how much I love what this company stands for. And if you don't know who, it was started by Lisa J here on YouTube. I will link her as well as her video about these brushes down below. These are gorgeous. They're all synthetic. They have a beautiful handle on them, beautiful ferrule. They're beautifully made. Altogether, everything about the collection is beautiful, including the person behind them. So each of these brushes, like this one right here, I have used, it is a foundation brush, it's the 101, but I've used it to put on my Soleil Tan de Chanel. Works beautifully. I've used all of the eye brushes. Let me show you those real quick. All of these, you have everything that you're going to need. You have 2 different blenders. One is a little bit larger than the other one. One you can get a little bit more defined. You have a packing brush. You have an angled blending brush. And then this little guy right here, like a smudger, you can use at your lower lash line, inner corner. You can smudge out the top lash line. I love these. And then and this one's so soft. I can't. Ooh, this is a great dupe for, it just hit me. This is a great dupe for the Marc Jacobs Face 2, which I really love. Yeah, this is a great dupe for that. I don't know, that just came to me. But these you will see in action in my Get Ready With Me. I have now used these, but just not on camera. They're so, so soft, all of them. So you have the larger powder, a medium-sized one, and then this one right here, I really love for bronzer to get it on, but they all work for different things. You can use them for any type of powder product, whether it be a powder, a blush, a bronzer, anything. You can do your entire face with this collection. And the most beautiful part about this collection is, other than Lisa herself, is that with every purchase, a donation is made to anti-bullying efforts and inspiring kindness in our future generation, which is just, again, beautiful. Refere brushes. You guys have seen me talk about these a million times. I use them all the time on my channel. I forget the names of them because I have a lot of the prototypes and so they don't have the numbers on them. But these I highly recommend. Now, the reason why I'm talking about these again is because they have launched a new program, and I will make sure to leave the link to it down below. They don't have all the brushes on there yet, but from my understanding, the store will grow as it progresses. But what happens is you pick out a brush, you pay for that brush, but then you pledge to do a review on the brush that you picked out. Once you do the review, you get a credit to your account and you can buy another brush with the credit that you have to your account, which I think is so cool that they are doing. So I will make sure and leave that information for you down below, as well as their Instagram and any kind of information I can get. I will leave it down below for you. But these brushes are very high quality. I love them. I'm going to jump around and move into some body products. The first one is something that, again, a friend gave to me. I want to say she gave this to me about not that long. It couldn't be 6 months, maybe 5 months ago, something like that. Anyway, it is held up. It smells good. It smells like my bath wash. But anyway, this is a bath mitt. It has like this honeycomb kind of look or texture to it. And on the inside, it's softer. Like it feels just like silicone on the inside. This thing not only has it held up, but it exfoliates my skin so nicely. So instead of like having a loofah, this right here, I just put my hand in, I put my product on, and I just go to town. And it's a little bit more abrasive than what a loofah is, but I feel like it actually gets the stuff off, especially right now when I'm wearing sunscreen. I layer on sunscreen to protect my tattoos, and I have a hard time kind of getting that off sometimes. This has been so great, and I feel like my skin is softer, not only because of this, but because of this, which is funny because I absolutely did not like this when it first came out. And it wasn't that I didn't like the cream, I didn't like the smell. I really didn't like the smell. This is the Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom Cream. Now, you guys already know about this. You've heard about it a million times. But I'm here to tell you that this definitely makes a difference. I felt like my skin was starting to be a little bit more on the dry side. Again, probably from sunscreen and everything else, you know, being out in the sun, just in pool water, just all those things, lake water. And I was like, all right, I'm going to suck it up and I'm just going to get a few samples of this cream because I'm just really particular about what I put on my body. And I did not like the smell when I first started using it. I'm not a big coconut lover. The way it made my skin feel made me get it with the sale. So now I have the full size. I've already gone through like half of this because I put it from my neck all the way down to my feet, and my skin looks so much better. And I have to tell you that my tattoos look better. I feel like they look more hydrated all over. And that could be just the fact that I'm using a lotion in general, but I love the way that this actually soaks into my skin. It doesn't make me feel oily, and I put this on at night. So instead of having it fresh in the morning where I could have that intense smell all day long, I put it on at night before I go to bed, after I get out of the bath, and I feel like it just soaks in and I don't feel oily or anything the next morning. I just feel soft and everything just looks really hydrated. So I finally have given into this and I really, really love it. One more body product, which is actually a face product. It is from TATCHA. This is the TATCHA Silk Peony Melting Eye Cream. I think this is my favorite eye cream I've ever used. And I don't say that lightly. I love, and again, look at how this, I've been using it all month long and I have barely gotten through it because it doesn't have the texture. If you watch my Sephora sale recommendations, I recommended this and you can see I still haven't used that much because it's like a melt and you don't get a bunch out. So I feel like this is going to last me so long. And this is both hydrating and moisturizing. Now, some people might think, well, that's the same thing, but it's not. It's kind of like when your car needs oil or gas. Do you need water or do you need oil or, you know, added to your skin? I feel like this does both, whereas a lot of my other ones have just been hydrating and I've really emphasized this cream. I really love it, but it's only hydrating. This, I actually feel like it moisturizes and hydrates my skin, but it's not too heavy. It melts into the skin, but it just, I don't know. I feel like my under eye looks better. I don't know what it is about this, but my skin, my under eye loves this. Now let's move on to lips. Okay, Natasha, you did the thing. Okay, you really, really, really did the thing. She recently released her I Need a Nude collection. I did a lip swatch video with all the ones that I got, and I talked about that I could not get Lyron. It came in right as I was starting this video, so I can swatch it for you guys. I'm going to tell you my top 3, and then I'm going to swatch Lyron for you. My absolute favorite is Beatrice, this one right here. This is the closest one to the dark nude in her last formula that I loved. So that's Beatrice. The next one is Michelle right here. There you go, side by side. You can see this one's definitely more pink. This one's more of a neutral beige. And then the one that I have on right now is Natasha. I really like this. And that is what it looks like. It's very light. I have it on with nude liner from Sicily. Now, I haven't even swatched this. This is Lyron. This is the one that I was missing. And here it is. So let's see. Oh yeah, I am going to like that. So that is Lyron right there. Oh, I'm so glad I got my hands on it. The formula of these are beautiful. They last on the lips. You are going to have to touch them up, but they are nice and creamy. They're hydrating. They feel really nice. I don't feel like they dry out my lips at all, and they don't slip around. I just really, really like this formula, and I really like the improvement on the packaging. I just think that it's really nice. Anyway, okay, now more lips. So these aren't actual lipsticks. These are lipstick cases. And yeah, okay, so the first two were sent to me. It's from House of Siage. Let's see, which one is this? I have to figure out which one I have in my hands. This is the one that I just bought. So I'm going to show you the two that were sent to me first. And if you have not seen the video on these, you just have to. The first one is a limited edition case, and this is with their Whisper. Oh, I don't remember. It's Whisper of something. It's the launch of their new fragrance. Look at this. And it has a little bee on it. Oh my goodness. They have over 300 Swarovski crystals on them. I have my lipstick in here. I think that's Baron. I don't remember what shade it is. That's just so pretty and so luxurious. You have to see them in person. They're amazing. And then the case is leather, and you have a mirror right there. If you get one of the black or the white ones, then those come in a black velvet case. The other one they sent to me is Tiffany Blue. This is not limited edition. This is what made me think, oh, I need more. This is the Tiffany Blue one. Look at it. Oh, it is so pretty. These just make me happy. As a makeup lover, these just make me happy. I know that not everybody is going to want to spend the money on a lipstick case or think that's extra or this or that, but they just really make me smile. I love looking at them, and I think that they are special. They're just so pretty. Oh my goodness. So I decided that my mom needed the purple one. I kind of wish that I had waited to give it to her now, because I went ahead and gave it to her. I get excited. It's not even her birthday yet, but I get excited about things. And I always want to give stuff as soon as I get it to the person, because I want to see them smile and, you know, see the reaction and whatnot. So I went ahead and gave the purple one to my mom, and she loves it. But I got the yellow one. I purchased this one. Oh, look at it. This is the one I would carry around with me if I was going out today. Oh, look, it's almost a neon yellow. I can't. They're beautiful. So those are stunning. If you're a makeup collector or you like just things like this, definitely check them out. 2 more favorites before we move on to the fails. Benefit Cookie Single. Yes, yes, yes. I was so excited about this. And I have to tell you that before I got mine in, I saw a comment and it said that they were disappointed. It was sparkly, you know, not what they expected. And I have to tell you that, yeah, I thought that myself. I was freaking out because I was like, no, I just got it. And it didn't look the same as the one that I have. So what I did was, like, let me show. Yes, I did. I bought 2. Judge me. It's fine. It's fine. Judge me. Okay. First off, let me just say that this will be coming out of this as soon as this video is over. I will be depotting this. I don't like the cardboard packaging, but I want to see if you guys can tell the difference in color and the texture on the top. Can you guys see that? So this is the one that I've used. And this is the one that is brand new. When I first got the one, because I didn't come in at the same time, I was like, oh my gosh, the person is correct. It is glittery. Like when I'm looking at it, it looks kind of glittery. And then I touched it, it looked glittery. And then I swatched it up against my original cookie. I was like, that's not the same. Then I calmed down, realized, you know what? You've been using that cookie for a little while. Sounds so funny. And I just kind of went over a few times with my finger on the top of this one. Once you get that top layer off, it's the original cookie. It's exactly the same. But if you can tell right here, when you first get it, it does look a little bit more shimmery. You just got to get that top layer off. So in case anybody was wondering about that, I just wanted to make sure and point that out. But I am so excited to have that. And then I ended up buying Tickle, I think, as well. I think the name's Tickle. I've never tried it, but it was pink. And I was like, you know what? It comes in a single. I don't have to buy the whole thing. So I went ahead and purchased it, but I have not tried it yet. This is amazing though. The last thing for my favorites is this pencil from Makeup Forever. Now this is not something new, but it was just something that I wanted to purchase during the sale. It is the Lip Liner Concealer. I was like, what is this? I didn't get it at first, but then I was like reading through some of the comments about it, and people were saying how much they love to use it to clean up their lip line after they have done their lipstick. I was like, yes, I'm here for that, because a lot of times I'll just use a powder, like the Studio Fix powder, and just go around the edges. This works really well for that. But the reason why I personally love this is because I have hyperpigmentation right around the top of my lip. I don't know if it's sun damage or if it's hyperpigmentation, if it's freckles, whatever it is, but sometimes it can show through, especially if I'm using something a lot lighter on my lips. This going around my lips first, then doing my foundation and everything has been amazing. There's two different shades. So there's a lighter color that's almost white and then one that's a little bit deeper. It covers up my hyperpigmentation. I can put on my foundation and then I can put on my liner and lipstick, and I don't feel like I can see it. I don't have to struggle as much to get it covered up. So this has been lovely. And then I really love the lighter end for kind of going right around the lip line if I have messed up my lipstick. Love this thing. All right, now we're moving on to the fails. I'm going to start off with the one thing that actually returned. I have it on a sticky note right here, and it's the Marc Jacobs Showstopper Luminizer. This was disappointing to me for a number of reasons. The first one is that it had glitter in it. I wasn't expecting the glitter because the last two, Worth the Wait, which I absolutely love, and then the one before that is too dark for me, but the texture and everything was really nice, just like Worth the Wait. Now, Worth the Wait is like a white gold. Showstopper is a pink shade. I swatched this up against a lot of my pink highlighters that have, like, you know, either the duochrome or this or that. It is so sheer. You really have to build it up, and you can kind of work the shimmer into the skin, but I felt like it really just wasn't worth the price tag. I had so many other options in my collection that were so much better, and then throughout the day, this thing faded on me really badly. I'm not somebody that loses blush, loses highlight, or anything like that, you know, like doesn't escape my face like a lot of people have issues with. It's not me. And for whatever reason, that highlighter was like almost gone by the end of the day. I don't know. I didn't like it. I was like, this is not worth it. So I returned that one. The next thing I want to talk about is this. It's from Guerlain, and I'm going to use this in my Get Ready With Me so you guys can see it. But this is, I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's some kind of gold mist. Now, as you can see, I have used it. I've tried this with several different foundations, and I just don't like this. I like the sprayer on it, so it's a really nice mist. You do have a nice mister on it. You can get a little bit of some dots, just a few, not bad. I like the smell of it. I don't like the way it looks on my skin. It makes my skin look wet and dry at the same time. I don't know how it happens. It's like it finds any type of dry area I have on my face and then exaggerates it. It makes it look so much more dry. I don't get it at all. It doesn't make any sense. I'm guessing it's the alcohol content in here, but this I'm just really not happy with. So if it was something that you were considering, I'll probably reconsider. I'm not loving this one. And then this is another thing that this is one of those things I just wanted to try out because so many people love this. Now, I have had this mascara for 3 months now. I have done test after test after test after test, and I don't get it. This is from Thrive Cosmetics, and it's the Liquid Lash Extensions. It is a tubing mascara, so I love that. I love tubing mascaras, especially for the lower lash line. They come off with warm water in like little tubes, but they don't transfer, they don't move throughout the day or anything like that. This doesn't flake, and it does tube. It's great for that. However, when I first got it, it was really, really wet, and I felt like my lashes, I don't know if it's because I have really long lashes or what, woe is me. I know, but it just kind of clumped them together, and then I was having to take something else to try and separate them and get the excess product off. Then I used it a few more times thinking, okay, I just need to let it get to that point, you know, maybe like the 2-week point. It's where I usually find it's like the sweet spot for mascaras. This never got a sweet spot for me, and I still have a bunch in here. Like, you hear it. There's a lot in here still. I just don't like this mascara. I feel like It does nothing for me. I definitely don't think it makes my lashes look any longer. If anything, I feel like they look less defined and it just makes them black and, I don't know, stuck together. I don't like it. All right, you guys. Now for the last thing, I feel like you guys will be expecting this. So it's going to be nothing new. The Pat McGrath system. Minus the foundation. I don't think the foundation is terrible. It's just not something that I really love. The rest of the system, though, just no. These brushes are so overpriced, I could get angry about it. This right here is like a $60 brush. I think this one's $55 and this one's $58 if my memory serves me correctly. No, absolutely not. I just pulled out one random Royal and Lang nickel brush. This one's softer. And this just, if I didn't know that this is a Pat McGrath brush, I would think that this was just a Real Techniques or something like that. This is not worth almost 60 bucks. This one is much softer than that one. I definitely think that it applies stuff well, but again, not worth $55. Yeah, $55. It's not worth it. There's so many options out there that this just, it doesn't cut it. The primer, this is one of those primers that I was mentioning earlier that I just don't think does anything. I don't feel like this does anything. And the packaging on this, look at, what the heck? What is this? It came out of the container like this. I didn't pull on it. Well, obviously I'm pulling on it right now, but I didn't have to separate it. It came out like that. What is this? It's $60 primer with cardboard around the edge and does nothing for my skin. I'm getting irritated. This is the most irritating of all to me, is this powder. This truly dries out my skin. I do not like this. I love how finely milled it is, but no matter what foundation I use with it, it makes me look very dry. So maybe if you're oily, you would find it to be helpful for you, but I wouldn't suggest purchasing it because of the price and the amount that you're getting. Go with Laura Mercier, go with just about anything else that is going to work for you because it is $55 for 5 grams of product. Now, to put that into perspective, I love my La Prairie powder. And I talked about, oh my gosh, it's the price, you know, blah, blah. But then you have to consider in the fact, somebody else pointed this out in the comment section. Thank you for that because you made me feel so much better. This is $220 for 50 grams of product. Remind you, $55 for 5 grams of product. That is $11 per gram, $4.40 per gram here. Meaning that if this powder was the same size as the La Prairie powder, you would be paying $550. That's how much this is worth per gram if you were comparing it to this high end. Like, this powder makes my skin look amazing. It's amazing. So I'm mad about that entire thing. It's just a huge letdown. Let's get out of the bad mood and talk about the giveaway, which will definitely put me in a good mood. So if you would like to have the Norvina collection palette sent to you, this is all you have to do. First, take into consideration whether or not you can use this palette because of the pressed pigments and them not being eye safe. They do stain the eyes. They are not approved for eye area, that type of thing. Just look into it. I don't want to get into a spill right now. I just want to make sure that you are aware of that before you enter to win this giveaway. Also, this is international. Anybody can win. Anybody, anywhere, unless it is prohibited by law. That's just to protect me. And all you have to do is just comment something like, I want to win, or I want the Norvina palette, letting me know that you actually want to be entered into the giveaway. If you want to be entered into the giveaway, please leave me some way to get in contact with you. Contacting on YouTube has been difficult for me in these past giveaways, so your Instagram handle, your email address, anything that you want to do to let me know where to contact you if you win, that's all you need to do. Tell me that you want it and then tell me how you want me to get into contact with you. This will be a week-long thing so that everybody has time to see this video. Looking at my calendar, this giveaway will be ending on September 7th, and I will be picking a winner on September 7th at 12 p.m. Central Time. I will be contacting you via whatever method you have listed. Now, if you don't respond within the 24-hour time frame, I will be picking somebody else. So just make sure you are checking whichever method you have provided for me. I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.